Michael Levitas with the JurisQ.com, a legal network, and we're bringing back a legal powerhouse, Sabrina Shaheen Cronin, an attorney in Michigan. And Sabrina, welcome back. It's always a pleasure to have you. You make the law sound so simple for us lay people, and we're bringing law to life, because what we're doing is we are answering legal FAQs. We're discussing what's out there in the news and legal arena, and we see how the law applies to real cases that are out there. Sabrina, you have a passion for protecting minors, juveniles, among other things. You're a criminal defense attorney. You also do business, family law. Let's talk about your passion for juvenile justice and protecting minors. Let's talk about TikTok and other social media. There are a lot of minors that are creating content on social media with help or without help of their parents. Sometimes parents are more involved than maybe they should be. Sometimes they're not as involved as they should be. So let's talk about that. And the case that is really brings it to light is the Wren Eleanor TikTok controversy, because she is only 3 years old, but she has over 17 million followers on TikTok, which means somebody's making money, right? And it's not Eleanor. I assume it's her parents, her mom. So first of all, what is the controversy? What have you seen out there, Sabrina? What makes this case so newsworthy?
Well, Michael, first of all, thank you so much for having me back. It's always a pleasure talking with you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And relative to this particular issue with Wren Eleanor, so yes, she's 3 years old, but of course, her mother, or it was her mother's idea, obviously. But when there's children involved at that young of an age in any kind of social platform, whether years ago it was trying to become a movie star or a model, and now we see them more and more often with social media. Right. It's the parents. It's the parents pushing it. It's the parents behind the scenes. We always used to hear about the dance moms or the the crazy moms, behind it. But yeah, that's really what's happening here. And the reason why her mom is getting so much notoriety, and bad press, so to speak, is because people believe that she is becoming, or is very opportunistic relative to exposing her daughter, and people judge no matter what you do. There is judgment. So if you put yourself out there, or if you're putting your child out there, you better have thick skin, because you're going to be attacked, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, but her daughter, Wren Eleanor, she didn't have a choice in this. I assume her mom put her under that spotlight. Do you think that later on?
No choice.
I'm sorry?
No, she didn't have a choice. You're right.
Yeah, she had no choice. Do you think that later on, possibly, if, God forbid, we're talking about in theory, right? Hypothetical. If this child has issues, psychological issues, emotional, down the road, do you think she can then sue her mom for emotional distress? I mean, we saw a recently case of Britney Spears. It was a little different because she was under the conservatorship of her dad, and she sued her dad to get out of it. It's different, but it's similar. Do you think later on, Wren Eleanor has any kind of right to sue her mom?
Well, I think we've seen it in history. Look at Drew Barrymore. Look at all those other childhood actors and actresses who then later sued their parents for all of that negligence. The neglect, the treatment, the mistreatment. We see it oftentimes with mismanagement of money. So Wren Eleanor hypothetically could, over time, sue her mother for misappropriation of funds. We see in California, there are a lot of laws enacted for protecting the rights of minors in show business, whether it's for money or, for exploitation or what have you. But it hasn't yet, the laws have not yet caught up with social media.
That's a
And
great
that's
point.
typical of law. Usually legislation is behind the times, the
Right.
sign of the times happen a lot sooner than, much more progressive than the law. The legal system had to catch up. But I do believe in time we will see more and more laws relative to social media and how children are, whether they're treated or exposed. But a lot of these social media platforms do not allow minors to post unless they have the support and the
Right.
approval
Right.
of their parents.
Mhm.
But in this particular instance, absolutely, it was for monetary gain. And Wren Eleanor's mother even went on to say that this allows me to be a stay-at-home mom. Everything that I'm doing is, she, in her words, is in good taste. It's not being exploitive.
Right.
She's not doing anything that is showing her in a provocative way. She's just, initially, she said she was just doing it to memorialize her daughter's life. And she has now all these followers.
Right.
And is it her fault that there are predators on the other side of the screen that are downloading and using it for sexual means? At that point, Michael, it becomes a moral issue. In the same vein, when parents don't want their children to be models or actors,
Right.
because of that, that vulnerability, that exposure that
Exactly.
may cause them harm. Wren Eleanor's mom doesn't think that,
Yeah.
she doesn't think that it's causing anyone harm. So, or especially her daughter harm. So why not do it?
Yeah, Sabrina, we're definitely not judging her mom. Absolutely not. I think the point
You
we're
and
trying to
I
make
aren't.
here.
Many people are.
Yeah. No, I know that, but I don't think it's right to judge, but there are lessons to be learned, and this does need to be addressed on a legal level with enacting laws, because this day and age, on social media, you could make as much or even more money than Hollywood. So if Hollywood protects child actors by, for example, setting aside their income or a portion of it in trusts until they're adults, the same should be done for social media, because, as we discussed, there's a lot of money being made by parents of these kids. There's money that the platform itself pays. You have different sponsors, with people paying for ads on these platforms, and this child deserves a portion of this income. And of course, some income has to go to parents because they have to support their children, right? They have to also pay expenses for production, for marketing. We understand that, but there should also be laws to protect these kids 100%. So we have here legal implications, and we have here moral implications. What about there are, unfortunately, sexual predators out there. Are there any laws that can protect these kids on social media from these predators? For example, let's say if somebody downloads their content and then spreads it and use it for some kind of deviant sexual gratification manner, is there anything that could be done here?
Well, at this point, they have indicated that none of her posts are of a deviant nature, or there is really no child pornography. If there were child pornography involved, then of course, absolutely, that's a definite crime.
Right.
And I do believe that Wren's mother has prevented, or made it so that no one can download any kind of pictures anymore or share
that's
them.
important. Yeah.
But yeah, it's very important. I think the parents need to understand how to use a particular site and all the various toggles and things in that particular social media platform prior to exposing their child.
Yeah.
But then, like you said, Michael, it does boil down to a moralistic issue of family values and whether they want to expose their child. And they are going to be exposing their whole family to criticism. And like you said, it's not fair for people to judge, but people do it every day.
Right.
People judge everybody every day. You and I don't do that, but many people do. And like I said, you have to have tough skin. If you want to gain money, if you want to use this opportunity for financial gain, just like anything else in life, then you are exposing yourself to that criticism, and you need to understand that. And if you don't want to do that, then you have to get out of the public forum, whether you're a politician, an actor, a celebrity, whatever. It's very important. I mean, you and I could be judged right now for a discussion.
Good.
You know, people
the more the better.
You know, I mean, and I can go into so many layers of this. You know, social media is you're putting yourself out there. Nothing is private, you know, and you know, there's that recent Facebook issue with the Nebraska, the mom and daughter talking, thinking it was a private discussion. So I mean, that's a totally other criminal topic. So, but you know, everybody is exposing themselves, and they're on social media. Nothing is private.
Yeah, Sabrina, I think that's very good advice that we brought up today. Before you go public on social media, before you decide to make money on social media, and by the way, not everybody makes money on social media, but you could definitely try. It's not easy to break out. There's so many people out there, so many creators who are trying to do it. So you have to be creative. You have to be, I guess, controversial. I guess that's how you bring eyeballs, right? Carefully consider what could happen down the road in a legal sense as well. I think it's a good idea to talk to an attorney, somebody like yourself, to really position everything right, maybe set up the trusts for your kids so that you're not facing any difficulties down the road, so the kids are justly compensated. Think about different safeguards, protecting your kids against predators. Just use common sense and go to an attorney before you embark on this path, which could be very lucrative, but at the same time could be perilous.
Absolutely, Michael. I think it's important to be proactive in life in general, you know. And again, you know, people don't know what they don't know. So it's very important to talk to someone like an attorney who can help prevent and look at as many contingencies as possible. We don't know what we don't know. So definitely talk to someone who has some more information and knowledge and expertise in that particular area to help safeguard you and your family.
Yeah, this is why we do this. This is why we educate the public. This is why we bring attorneys to you who give you general legal advice. General, not specific. If you have a specific issue, you should definitely call an attorney for consultation, come in for consultation, and these days you can even do a Zoom consultation, right? Like Sabrina said, be proactive. You have to protect yourself in a financial sense and legal sense, and of course, physical sense. Sabrina, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much for being with us, for giving us the insight into law, into what is happening in buzzworthy events out there. We appreciate it. We're going to have you again, hopefully, on next hot topic. All the best to you, and thank you for our viewers. Until next time.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Mike. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.